huge congratulations, sir. You have become a sensation.
It was totally unexpected. It was a surprise.
The whole world wants to know one thing. How many mobile phones does Chellam Sir have?
I would like to keep that as a secret for the sake of the writers.
Too secretive. He's too secretive. There are talks that Google should be replaced by Chellam. Because Chellam Sir knows everything.
That was a bit too much when I saw that name. Actually, all the credit goes to the writers and directors actually. Hi, me Uday Mahesh. You know me as Chellam Sir from The Family Man 2, and please do watch and subscribe Bollywood Hungama.
All right, Mr. Uday Mahesh.
Yes.
Who's very, very popularly known as Chellam Sir from The Family Man Season 2. Sir, pleasure having you with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be there with Hungama.
And huge congratulations, sir. You have become a sensation.
Thank you so much. It was totally unexpected. It was a surprise.
Sir, the whole world wants to know one thing. How many mobile phones does Chellam Sir have?
I would like to keep that as a secret for the sake of the writers.
Too secretive. He's too secretive.
Actually, they gave me 3 mobile phones on that day, particular day.
Right.
That was there when we were shooting at the temple. So as of now, there are 3 mobile phones.
Sir, there are talks that Google should be replaced by Chellam. Because Chellam Sir knows everything.
That was a bit too much when I saw that name. But really enjoyed it.
And sir, you've given an altogether new meaning to the word protocol.
Actually, all the credit goes to the writers and directors actually. So they have designed the character in such a way, it eventually. I know that there is a humorous touch in the role, but I never thought we will like that, to this extent. I owe this to Raj and DK and the writers.
Of course, and the way Chellam Sir comes on the cycle while Srikant is washing his face.
Yeah.
It's don't waste water.
Yeah.
Don't waste water.
And it's small, in one sense, was improvised and added during the shoot. So that's the beauty of the directors, and they are, they have that kind of age to, make a scene, a normal scene into a magic. It's again, it goes to them only.
And Chellam Sir is omnipresent. They are having breakfast, and Chellam Sir is sitting behind.
Mm.
And it's at times spooky as well that he seems to be everywhere.
Yeah, that's what nobody knows where Chellam lives, and so Chellam is that was I think there's the characters the way they kept it as a mysterious touch to the character that works actually. That works.
Of course. And what is something that is so remarkable that Chellam Sir, he does not divulge his personal sentiments. In many ways he's sentimentless. He's someone who's committed to what he has always been in terms of as an intelligence officer, and that's what matters to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's fascinating in many ways. That there is no sentimentality.
Actually, that's what in the opening scene where Manoj says he's an experienced agent. So he's a retired guy. He knows each and everything about this the world of spy. So he's more composed. That's how I took it actually.
And so I feel that Chellam Sir can also be an excellent teacher as far as intelligence officers are concerned. Because what he always does is that he seems reluctant to divulge information. I have retired. I don't have it. Why are you calling out a protocol? But he is just waiting to understand that, say Srikant, for example, how persuasive he can be. Because from what I understand, I think an intelligence officer has to be persuasive. He has to have this gift of the gab to convince people through his words.
Yeah, and moreover, it's I don't know that the story, the relationship between Chellam and Srikant is of the books or the backstory would have, they would have worked together. They know each other during the old days and something which has that understanding between the relationship. It also goes to
now. Various police departments in various parts of the country, they're using Chellam Sir as a
I've been seeing it the UP police and Mumbai police. it's for the good cause. Like, it comes across as a good message. It's fine. I loved it actually.
Have you met Manoj Bajpayee before this film?
Actually, I know Manoj Bajpayee long back because we have common friends like Nati and Anurag Kashyap. When I was working in Bombay, so I met him a few times in Bombay. That's very long back. And after so long years, I met him on the sets, and he hardly recognized me because I totally changed. My hair is now gray. Those days it was black. So then I explained about myself. Then he realized like, oh, we have common friends in between. So that way I met him before.
And apparently, you guys are the same age.
I don't know. Manoj is
You are
younger than me.
You're 51, from what I
I'm
understand.
51. I'm 51. Yeah.
Yeah. So Manoj Bhai is 51, 52 as well. So
Yeah, almost. Yeah, that's what we have so many common friends like Anish Ranjan, Nati, Nataraj Subramaniam, Anurag Kashyap, those days, and Satya days and all.
Udayji, you're also a writer director yourself
Yep.
in the Tamil cinema. Now, how much does it contribute when you yourself are a writer and a director when you're playing a character as an actor?
One thing I'll make sure, like, when I play an actor, play a character, or when I become an actor, I would would love to do what the director exactly feels me about the role, because that's what I want from my actors. Like, so I'll make sure, I'll fulfill their expectations.
What do you think is Chellam Sir's ideology in terms of, what does he think about the world around him?
that's a
That's a mystery.
that's a mystery. Again, Chellam remains a mystery so far. So Chellam's opinions also, it's mystery. It reveals part by part.
It will reveal part by part. So I believe that you've been asked that what about a full-fledged series on Chellam Sir, because that's something that people would love to see.
I read some comments and people wanted a spin-off of Chellam. That's not in my hands. Eventually, that's in writer's hands. If somebody writes a spin-off, I would love to do it.
Because, in a way, it is being compared with Bob Biswas, who became this iconic character.
I read that too.
In Kahani, and now a film is being made on Bob Biswas. So people, that's something that people are looking forward to. All right, and you being a Tamilian yourself, how do you look at the various viewpoints which are there, which are coming out from Tamil Nadu around the series?
Yeah, as long as I'm concerned, I'm just only an actor in the series, and regarding the viewpoints, politically whether correct or incorrect, that depends. At least it varies people to people. Like, my only request is watch it as a movie, watch it as a film, which entertains, which thrills, which enthralls, which that's what the idea of the movie. That's the idea of the project. So you should not relate it to or personalize to opinion or politics.
All right. And now I was speaking to Mukesh Chabra, the casting director of the series about you, and he's very, very kicked about you. What is the importance of talent, that sports talents like you? How important?
I would really I'm very thankful to Mukesh Chabra. I've given a few auditions before that also for him for movies and advertisements, and they really had a trust on me. They keep considering me for whatever comes across. In that way, first time I auditioned for that other role only, the defense role, initially for Mukesh Chabra, and they came to Chennai. And then later, after a couple of months, they again called me for this Chellam's role. So I should thank Mukesh Chabra for trusting me and keeping faith in me and offering me this project. I even personally thanked him.
That's amazing. Now, so we're in a very, very fascinating phase right now because especially because of the OTT. Because when it comes to the film industries, we have these demarcations that this is Tamil industry, this is Telugu, Malayalam, Hindi, and Bengali. So South industry is still the actors, they keep on working in various languages down south. But then there's a demarcation as far as when it comes to Bollywood or other parts of the country. Now, in this series, you're playing a Tamilian. You're speaking English. You're still communicating. You're still becoming this huge popular figure all across the country and the world, wherever this is being watched. And there are actors who are coming from, say Mumbai, and they are investigating in Chennai. Do you find this very fascinating that an actor does not have to really relinquish their own identity as far as cultural identity is concerned, and they become a part of a larger whole? That's what I think India is all about, diversity.
Yeah, correct. You're very true. actors, any language or any regional or any cultural should not, stop actors from, restrict actors from their, it's a job. It's a performance acceptable. Even if you watch international movies, like, the recent big hit was Money Heist, that web series in Netflix. That is completely not an American, film or a mainstream Hollywood film. It came from a Spanish background, and people yet loved it. So the performance and everything, like even I'm very crazy about Money Heist, and I'm still waiting for the next season to come. So there is no barricades, there's no barriers for actors, especially even for creators. For the
Since the time Family Man has come out, what sort of offers have you been getting?
I'm getting few offers from Tamil movies and couple of offers in Bombay also, but it's very young, I mean, early stage to reveal, because everything on talks only because of this pandemic situation. Nothing is finalized. Once it's finalized, I will be disclosing it. But recently, but right now, I'm concentrating on my direction. I'm planning a movie in Tamil, so which I'll be starting very soon, actually. So I'm working on my script and other things.
It is being said, this entire campaign is being run, that if Chellam Sir is not part of season 3, we are going to boycott it. And there are all sorts of things which are taking place as far as Family Man is concerned.
So I would love to be part of Family Man 3, but it's again up to the writers to decide on that.
Sir, tell us something about your experience with Shuji Sarkar. You acted in Madras Cafe as well. You've co-written Yaha. That was Shuji Sarkar's first film. How was your experience with Shuji Sarkar?
Shuji is a wonderful guy, wonderful director, wonderful friend. I met him much before Yaha, when he was working in Delhi with Pradeep Sarkar. So I met him through Nati. So then we started working together. I started working with this production house, do casting for South movie ads and all. So our relationship grew from there. So when he wanted to direct a first film, he just gave a concept to, idea to write this Yaha. So that's how he's still a very good friend of mine. And then after Yaha, when he was doing Madras Cafe, I was doing again casting for him for this South characters. And so I went to the sets while he was shooting in Cochin. So that time he asked me, like, Malu, calls me Malu. I'm a Malayali. So he said, Malu, you want to do a small role in this? And I said yes, because it's again a screen spaces with John Abraham. So I did that role while I was there in Cochin. So that's how it happened. Hi, me Uday Mahesh. You know me as Chellam Sir from the Family Man 2, and please do watch and subscribe Bollywood Hungama.